All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. Please invite your friends and share the link with whoever you wish. Today, our topic is about politics, and it's kind of politics and war and religion, which is always goes together. We heard the news that American drone was shut down by the Iranian uh, Islamic Guard, and this drone is not really a small thing. It's like a $180 million piece of equipment. So it's not like a toy they shut down. It is a professional military toy. And Iran, by doing that, actually, they made a really stupid mistake. But I believe strongly, and this is why I'm making this video, because some of you asked me to talk about it. I believe the reason Iran did that because they noticed that the American, the problem in a democratic society, that the president is not really, I mean, he's not the real leader to control everything. And this country is very much divided. We have two parties. One is called Democrat and one is called Republican. And both of them, they are already full of garbage. And if the country is not united, then all your enemies will take advantage of that, division. Trump, he don't want to look like he is a person who is seeking war. So he have a problem that always he said, I am against war, I'm against war, I don't want to go to war. And now the Iranian, because he keeps saying that, they knew or they felt that this guy would not do it. Because he have an election coming, and then what will come out of this war is not really guaranteed regarding election. So his opponent, they will say, okay, he was saying I'm against war, and look, he jumped into war. So Trump, I think here now is just trying to show that I am not really going to jump into war that easy, but I think he will. So the hesitation he is doing right now is just to show, you see, look what happened, but I did not go to war. He's waiting for something more. Iran got encouraged by the stupidity of the American politician is full of really mad people who have there's a disease called the mad cow, where in America we have a lot of mad cows in the Congress, in the Senate, you name it. So just yesterday, actually a few hours ago, not yesterday, they voted not to sell weapons to Saudi Arabia. And look, when they choose to do such a vote now, Saudi Arabia, in case there's a war will happen with Iran, is going to be the first to be involved. So now the one who will fight with you against Iran, now you decide not to sell them weapon. I mean, look at the timing. That is telling you that the politician in USA, it is really run by a bunch of chickens, idiot. It's just to all what they are trying to do accomplish politics, which mean, okay, I have one on you. Here we go, I stopped you. So the other party now, they will try to stop the other party. So none of them, they are trying really to work for the benefit of their country as much they are trying to work for politician purpose. Who is going to win the election? Who is going to take more chairs? Who is going to take more jobs from the parties? But they don't care really for America. Iran today, by attacking the American drone and taking it down, they made it so clear that America is a weak country unless America responds. And there is no way Trump will let that go that easy. I believe that Trump is just waiting for deploying more weapon, preparing themselves very well, because after you shoot the first bullet, there's no guarantee what will happen next, which means even if the American they decide to shoot few missiles to destroy a few targets, but there's no guarantee that this will not start a real war. So if you want to start a real war, he should not really negotiate with the Iranian anymore. I mean, like now he is asking to negotiate, but why you want to negotiate? You know, you force them. Nobody buying their oil. Nobody buying their even anything from them. So why you want to negotiate? Let them collapse. Put sanctions for the coming 50 years. Let us see for how long they can survive. Iran without oil is nothing. And the oil here, I'm not talking about oil for their cars. I'm talking about money. All their income is coming from oil and gas. So if he keep the sanctions on them, then Iran will collapse by itself. There's no need for war. So let us see what Trump he will do. But I believe Trump he will do something at least to show Iranian that if we are being kind and patient, doesn't mean you play with your tail. Anytime we want, we can really cut your tail. So he will cut their tail somehow. And as I said, I think they are preparing for something. Sending more troops, or maybe even taking more troops away, because the problem is Iran is so close to the American troops, and that might be advantage for some, but it is a problem for America. Why? You see, the American now, they have troops in Iraq, and Iraq, in case you do not know, is majority Shia, and Iranian, they have a lot of militant group who support them there. So USA have to think about the safety of their own personnel, who they are located in Iraq, here in Baghdad area, in Al-Mosul, and in north of Syria. And they have troops too in Qatar, which is very close to Iran. They have a big base, and they have a little bit of troops in Dubai. So Iran, they have an easy target to launch at, unless the American, they are ready with Patriot and they are prepared for taking down the missiles of the Iranian. Now, Iran not necessarily will attack America by Iran itself. They will use the militant like Hezbollah in Iraq here and Hezbollah in Syria, and then the American, they have to deal with them, and I don't think really is going to be a problem. But let us say they will send their mosquitoes and their cockroaches to fight the American, and then the American, they will find themselves it's not only fighting Iran here, you are going to fight the puppies of Iran in Iraq, in Syria, and even in Yemen and other places. So this is why Trump, he have to be careful before he start an attack on Iran, because he better be ready for what is going to come. And the Iranian, they knew very well that they have their puppies who is going to, they invested with them billions of dollars. So now it's time for using those puppies. And this is, I believe, the only reason USA did not respond until now. So I think 15 days maximum of a month, and Trump, he will do something very bad for Iran. The decision of not to sell weapon to Saudi Arabia and Emirates, I think this is a stupid decision, and even Trump, he will use his veto, and still the deal will go, and the Saudi, they will get their weapon. I'm sure now the Saudi and the Emirati, they are preparing themselves for what is coming, because the first thing Iran would do, this regime, Islamic regime, is a coward regime. So the weak one as target is the Saudi and the Emirate. Emirate, a very small country, don't have even an army. I mean, their army is funny. They bought a lot of airplanes, a lot of etc. But that will not make them really a country who can fight in any way in any meeting. Saudi Arabia, for sure, it's a lot bigger country as a population and as a space, but still it's a very cave time country. And we saw their weakness in Yemen, where they are not able to accomplish anything after 3 years in war in Yemen. So Saudi army is not capable of doing anything. So if a war happened, the only army can do something is the American. So the Saudi and the Emirati, both of them, they depend heavily on America. the American protection, you know, is always there. The reason actually the royal family of Saudi Arabia exists until now in Saudi Arabia, it is the American, the same as Emirat. Actually, those countries are created by the West. All those regimes, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, they never exist. There's nothing that's called the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is a new name. Emirat is a new name. Qatar is a new name. All of them are created by Western intelligence and a government plan. And they created them and they protected them for a reason, because simply there's a lot of oil there. So they needed puppies who they can control them and they can keep them under control when it's come to oil, you know. And remember, before, America was in need to oil, but now America, especially after Trump, you know, American are very, as I said, American, they have a lot of stupid things. You know, America it's a continent by itself, and it's very wealthy. You know, we have oil, we have gas, we do not need anyone. So look what happened right away after Trump. He came and decided to open the oil industry. USA became #1 oil producer in the world. So not only we have oil more than anyone. Not only we have gas, actually the gas price here in America is very cheap. I'm talking about like propane, not only gasoline. You know, here in USA we call the house heating natural gas. We call it gas. So the natural gas, which is for heating, propane, etc., in USA is very cheap. Why? Because we have a lot. I mean, they don't know even how much they have. Every year they discover something new. So from a country was dependent on buying oil from Saudi Arabia, from those countries, to a country now is #1 in the world saying oil. And this is why USA now is a lot more stronger in going in any war with anyone. And the American, they learned their lesson that sending troops is useless. There's no need. America is very advanced country, and all what they need, you see the drone they took down. This drone is not armed, but there's many of them, they are armed, which means they can fight by toys. They do not even need to send an airplane, real airplane, with a pilot inside it. So they are a lot more advanced, and you know, we cannot compare. I mean, Iran can be whipped out of the mark of the map, and you know, maybe in a few days maximum, if not a few hours. And this is without using, for sure, nukes or any crazy weapon. This is by just using, let us say, extreme heavy duty weapon, but not nukes. And by the way, even nukes is not really I mean, nukes is an old weapon, is not really something that powerful anymore. There is something more powerful than nukes. So those who have nukes today, they have toys, because now there is more powerful, let us say, if we can call them nukes, I don't know what to call them, more powerful weapons, which is far beyond the traditional nuke used before. So you know, I mean, it's not about who is going to win. It's about who is the stupid who will not dare to start a war. And I believe that Trump is just waiting for the Iranian to make another mistake, so he will say, see, I waited, I was patient, and they are forcing me. He don't want anyone in the election to say to him, you did jump for a war, you are a warmonger. This is the whole idea. And I actually heard in the news that he was going to hit, but I think like he got an advice says don't do it, because that will be used against you in the election. Just wait until another mistake they do. And I think what they will do now, the American, they will send another drone in the same area, and they will be waiting for the Iranian to hit it down. So they will send this drone when it is time for it to be sent, which means when the American are ready to attack. So what they will do, they will say, okay, you want to hit our drone? All right. This is where they hit the drone last few hours. So they will send another one, and it's like a bait, because Trump, he need, again, as I said, he don't want to look like he is jumping for an attack. But first time he did not do anything, and before they attack some oil carrier here, Japanese ones, and that other one I think from I think I don't know which country. So one of them is Japanese, two of them, they attacked them and nobody did anything. So Trump is saying, okay, they attack oil carriers, tanks, and now they took our drone. Okay, I said I did not do anything. You see how much a patient I am? No. So if you know, maybe in a week or 2 or 15 days, the American they will send another drone, waiting for the Iranian to be stupid again, because now the Iranian they will say, okay, well, look like they are not going to do anything anyway. Let us shoot a second one, so we will look like heroes in front of all the Muslims world, especially the Shia. So then the American they will send the second bait, and the Iranian they will hit, and then the American they will eat them alive. So this is what I believe is going to happen, you know. And obviously the Iranian, they are being stupid. I cannot, you know, explain it more. They are being very stupid with this behavior. They knew they are no match, and they knew that this is. I don't know what to say. You know, the Muslims, when you give them a Kalashnikov, AK-47, you know, in the Middle East we call it a Kalashnikov because it's made by Kalashnikov, the name of the maker, and from Russia. So when they hold the Kalashnikov in their hand, they will think that they can control the whole earth. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. This is the mentality. So an Iranian guy who have a missile, you know, in his army, they think like, what America, man? We can destroy America. Let us shoot them. And those who did not see the American army, you have no idea. I did join the USA Army. Honest to God, when we are just practicing, I was far away even from the place they are doing the shooting, because this is not my training was. So they were doing like I don't know even what the scale of the shells they are using, but the ground, we are more than a mile away, and the ground under our feet were shaking literally. So I was saying to myself, if they are shooting here, the bomb is not falling here, it's falling somewhere. If they are shooting here, the ground is shaking underneath of us. What will happen where the bomb is going to fall down? You know what I mean? Because where where the bomb is going to fail is going to be a lot more powerful from the place you just shot it by the cannon. So imagine how powerful their weapon is. But what Iran asked Russia for help? No. You see, Russia is not helping Iran. Russia never helped Iran in Syria. No, that's the Muslim Brotherhood, Syria will be today a big terrorist base for terrorists. But by the help of Putin, you know, same time the Russian, they got the advantage of this, and now they have a big base in this area and in this area, and you know, like, you know, they get the best of Syria. Good for them. They fought for it and they deserve it. All right. So don't believe in the stupid news that Russian are supporting Hezbollah. They don't support Hezbollah. That's false. But as they say, you know, okay, you have a target, and it look like your target is the same as our target. And the funny, you know, always we have a, as I said, in America we have a stupid strategic plans. Trump, he wanted to get close to the Russian. The American generally, they don't want that. But for some reason, the American until now, they believe Russia is a Soviet Union. Open CNN, you will see as if they are talking about Soviet Union. Until now, they think that Russia is a communist. So Americans are very naive people. You can drive them, and you know, just to, you know, bring two hosts who they are popular, put them in TV, let them make some jokes about Trump. They can change the mind of everybody. In America, people, they buy food not because they are hungry, but because they watch commercial. This is how America is. In America, people, they do things not because they need to do it or they should do it, but because they saw it on TV. So we have a lack of education, and they don't know. I mean, if you ask an American where is Israel, they don't even know. You know, I saw a video by a guy, his name is Mike Dice. He asked them what is the 4th of July. They don't know. They don't. Okay, who is the name of the president, last president? Many of them do not know. You know. What I mean, ask them simple questions, they have no idea. So you know, before I come to America, I used to think always that Western people are very smart, very much educated. I mean, those people, look what they have and look what we have, you know. So I'm coming from the Middle East, coming from, you know, countries which is you know, savage, where everything behind time, and then, you know, you expect that those Western, they knew. When it's come to history, come to religion, to come, I mean, they have no logic and they have no idea. And for sure, this is generally speaking, not everybody. You know, I have a neighbor, after 10 years of 9/11, he was taking me with his truck to Home Depot, and we talk about, you know, Osama bin Laden, and I said, well, what do you expect? This is what his religion teach him. He's a Muslim. So he said to me, what? Osama bin Laden is a Muslim? Yeah, this guy, he never heard that Osama bin Laden is a Muslim. You know, welcome to America. But you ask him about any kind of sausages or barbecue, he have it all. Talk about food, he have it all. Yeah. So, you know, don't think that when you speak about America, that, you know, I mean, it's different world. You know, like it sometimes is disappointing. But what you can do, anyway, you know, always society, especially you know, society which have, let us say, they have technology, but not necessarily they have let us say education, because education of technology have nothing to do with real education. When you say I'm educated, it doesn't mean if I have a degree in software that I am educated. That's not really what education is about. Education is someone, if you sit with him, he know about history, he know about social life, he know he can reason, he use his logic, he watch carefully what's happening, he update himself with information. But mostly, you know, you go to school, you learn certain issues, how to make a computer, how to design a software, study JavaScript. So that's not education. That is a field of education, but this is not education. In the same time, you know, when we speak about the Middle East, the Western, they have no idea what the Middle East is, because Western people think like everybody in the world eat as they say, is same as they eat, and everybody have their value, you know. I mean, they think about the Middle East as in it's like a fantasy. The Middle East for them is Aladdin. You know? Do you know? Like, did you watch Sinbad? Yeah, this is what they see of the Middle East. It is beautiful. There is magic there. This magic story, you know, like Aladdin, Sinbad. You know, this is the Middle East for them. But the Middle East is a lot more ugly than what you think. In the Middle East, a woman, if she walk alone, she will be eaten alive. If she go in the bus, she might get pregnant inside the bus before she jumped out of the bus. Every house have tons of bars in the windows because there's no security. So, and you will see then you will see a blonde girl, she want to go to the Middle East to visit the Middle East. I mean, they are really stupid. And I think you heard what happened in Morocco. Always. A man, he is 70 years old. His wife, she is 65. Imagine, they jump inside their house. They rape the man. They rape the man, not only the women. He is 70 years. He is 65. They rape the man. They rape the women, and they kill them. Just, you know, a few months ago, two stupid, I think Danish or from Denmark, I don't know, Netherlands, I forgot from where. They went to Morocco. I mean, two girls going all around there. Me as an Arab, I will not even think about it. So, you know, Western, they are living their fantasy. They think like going to the Middle East is the same as going to Thailand. You know, those Thai people, they are terrorists, they are nice, blah 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 blah. They have different. The CNN host, when they have a strike in Egypt, they rape her in the square in the front of the camera. Go watch it. They strip the women. Go right now, search for. I mean, I'm not going to change topic, but the Western, they have no idea what the Middle East is. Kidnapping is daily business in the Middle East. Like in Iraq, there's tens of thousands are missing. Nobody knows where they are because they kidnap you. They call your family. They ask for ransom. You don't pay ransom. You are gone. Same in Syria. Same in many places. Just make the, you know, in Turkey as an example. There's many people they went missing because you go with your husband, you are a tourist. You turn your face, your husband is gone. Then you receive a message, your husband is here, come and take him if you want to bring him money with you. You call the police, you will never see your husband. You pay them the money, you will not see your husband anyway because they will kill him. Because they will be afraid that he will say anything. So, you know, Western, until now, they go to Turkey. Just tell any Western women, I want to go to Turkey, or a man. They will go right away. But Turkey is the most corrupt country ever. The most dangerous country. Tell them I want to go to Syria. They will go to Syria. Tell them I want to go to Jordan. I mean, Jordan, unbelievable. I will never step there. For sure, I want to go to Saudi Arabia to do some tourism there. And you remember, I'm coming from there, so I'm not talking about, I'm not being racist. I'm an Arab. I'm just reporting reality. Reality is ugly. In the Western, they don't understand how ugly it is. The only place maybe you can go to and you are not worried too much is Israel. You know, but still there's a lot of them there, and you have to be worried still, even Israel. And you know, let us see what will happen with Iran. I think it's going to take about 15 to 1 month more before USA hit back, or maybe Trump. He is trying to make the attack when the enemy is not preparing, because I'm sure that the enemy right now in Iran is ready for the attack, or let us say they are alarmed after doing what they did. So he will make them relax until they go home. Okay, look like they are not attacking us, and then he will come to them in the middle of the night. No, I can go to Muslim countries. Nobody know me anyway. They will see me, they will salute me, and they will greet me, Assalamu alaikum. But I'm saying that you as a Western, you see, for me, I know it there. And if I need a support, I have a support there. I'm not coming from the middle of nowhere. But you as a foreigner, when you go to those countries, I mean, it's stupid. It's literally stupid. Like, you know, I like to go to Africa, but I'm not going to go to Africa unless I have people I know, I guarantee I can trust them. Because Africa, there's many groups, terrorist groups, Al-Qaeda, ISIS. They are attacking even the army. As an example, in Nigeria, army soldiers with weapon, and they are killing them, attacking villages and raping and killing by hundreds. So you go there as a tourist, you have no weapon with you, you have nothing with you, and then you expect that you will be safe. People who have weapon, they are not safe. So what about you going as a tourist, especially like a woman? She is going, you know, she is going, right? So you have to be careful about where you go, what you do. uh, Even like in Indonesia. Indonesia is a very beautiful country, but not all of Indonesia is the same. The area where the majority are Christians or Buddha, it is nice, it's peaceful. Go to an area the majority are Muslims and see the madness there. Takbir, Allahu Akbar, they want to kill everybody. Religion, my friend. Go to Thailand. You go to Thailand, you go to the south where the Muslims are. That is the most dangerous place to go. Go to Philippines. Philippines is very beautiful country, very peaceful. You go to the Muslim territory, drugs, prostitution, kidnapping. They kidnap each other. It's not just kidnapping foreigners, by the way. Like, you don't like somebody, you go to, you know, there's a lot of gangs. You go to a gang and tell them, okay, I will give you $5,000, kidnap this guy and get rid of him. And then that's it, done. Nobody will find you ever. Very easy. You have an enemy, just give them some money, they will get rid of him. And how? Who's going to find him? They will send you, they will dump you in the middle of nowhere in the jungle. So, you know, wherever this cult goes, wherever this cult goes, the you know, the bloodshed goes. Now, you know, in as an example, in Egypt, and I have a very strong connection with Egypt too. When the Muslim Brotherhood, they took over, uh, attacks on Christians stopped, which is weird, right? All the attacks on Christians stopped. Do you know why? Because now the Muslim Brotherhood is the one in control. They are the one who was doing the attack. When the Muslim Brotherhood lost the position, because they don't want the Muslim Brotherhood, they would not make themselves like they are not controlling the country. So no attacks, things is in peace now, because they are in control. They don't want to give themselves bad reputation that, okay, there's people are slaughtered everywhere. So the gang themselves now in control, peace, because they are the one who do the killing. You know what I mean? So this area here, as an example, this area is full of Bedouin people and full of terrorists. And this area with the border of Libya, all the terrorists, they go between Libya, like they attack in Egypt and then they go back to Libya. They attack in Egypt and they go back to Libya. And always they target the Christians because it's a soft, easy target and will not make the Muslim population in Egypt angry, because we are just killing Christians. All right. But for the Western, they have no idea what for the Western, when they hear news about something happening in Egypt, you know, they have a problem, but they don't know really what the problem. The problem is that the Islamic occupation for Egypt took over Egypt, destroyed the Christian heritage, the Coptic Egyptian. Those are the real Egyptian, not the Muslims. They took their land, and until now they keep discriminating them, killing them, torturing them. Imagine if you want to fix a faucet in a church in Egypt, it take up to 15 years from the city hall to approve it. A faucet. Right? The chapter of At-Tawbah is not necessarily about the book war, but about fighting the Christians and the Jews. Muhammad, he controlled all the Arabian Peninsula, and then he pledged that, you know, Muhammad before that, actually, he pledged that if I being victorious, I will expel all the Christians and the Jews. from the Arabian Peninsula. So when he was victorious, he controlled the Arabian Peninsula. He came with the chapter of At-Tawbah, where it says, fight those who don't believe in Allah. And because he want to open the door for attacking more, you know, to take the money. The purpose is the money. And this is why Muhammad, he says, attack the yellow and get the blondie girls. The yellow mean the blonde, you know, this is what they call him in Arabic. So he said, قاتلوا بين الأصفر تغنموا نساءهم. Get the blondie. So fight the children of the yellow, so we can get the blondies. And by the way, I like it when some silly people in the chat, they start telling you, where are you from? You know, they make me from Iraq, from Syria, from Jordan, from Israel, from Egypt, from, you know, I have an advice for the silly one who is speaking the text. Either you are being stupid or you are being stupid. I mean, you made me international. Everybody is sure. Everybody is sure where I'm from. But everyone give me different nationality. You know, people are silly, people are empty, they have nothing to say. Either you are here to help, to say something useful. Who care about where I am from? I will tell you why you care. Because you are silly, you are empty. Who care how I look like? I will tell you why you care for that. Because you are here just for fun, just to waste your time. You are being silly. We are not welcoming silly people here. This is very serious what we do. I receive messages in Skype saying, how tall are you? What is the color of your eyes? And I keep blocking people. Very silly, very stupid, and very disgusting. Look what we are talking about, and look what some people are talking about. Sometimes, you know, we are talking about American, by the way, but not all the, I mean, not only American, they have this issue. I mean, it's all over the world. This guy is spending his time to speak to you, to share with you, and you are worried where he's from or how he look like. Is that really your problem? No, it's not. I'm not angry. I'm angry for them. It's like when a human being will stop being stupid. You know, we spend our day, our life just to explain to them, and then the guy is worried. Like once the Arab, they are meeting to discuss war with Iran, and the king of Saudi Arabia, after they explain, and they are talking for like an hour with the American, so they asked the king, what do you think? He said, I cannot believe it, how they were able to put this big table in this small room. So they were talking about war, and this guy here thinking, how this big table, one piece, it looked like one piece, how they were able to enter into this room. Yeah, with his head in the table, look how this table, how they put the table here. It looked like one piece. It's impossible. Maybe they build the walls after they put the table in the middle. This is how silly some people are. Anyway, you know, just always think about, before you open your mouth, before you say things, ask yourself why I'm saying that. People don't think this way. Like why I'm saying that, why I want to say this, what is the purpose? But people, they don't, you know, people, they just want to talk and chat and garbage in, garbage out. Anyway, let us see what will happen in maybe in a few weeks from now. And actually, everything I told you before about Iran, I was right. I was saying, and I said, and the videos are there actually. I don't know how many of you saved them, that the sanctions of Trump is going to lead a very bad time for Iran, and the Iranian, they will find themselves desperate to do anything crazy because they are dying literally. No money, nothing. You know, for how long Iran can pay for a salary, even for the army? Where they will get the money from? There's no income. There's no import, there's no export. And not only that, they were very lucky that in the last 3 months, They have the biggest flood ever happened in the history. Thousands of villages destroyed. Actually, I have people here from this territory in Iran. They told me that those territory, they are like, there's villages are not exist in the map no more, or towns. This is how bad the flood was. So things is going so bad from their direction. Suddenly Trump, he put the sanctions, and everybody is obeying, and nobody dare to, even China cannot buy from, and that's it. I mean, you wanna America put sanctions, that's it, it's over. And here this is showing you how strong or how weak America is, to the point they can forbid the whole world from buying from Iran. I mean, this is not, you have to think about it, how powerful this country is. Like I say, I'm president of America, nobody can buy it from this country, and then everybody have to obey. That's amazing. So the Iranian now is in a very bad shape. Their currency is losing their value. Almost it's like the Turkish lira. You see, the Erdogan, the stupid Erdogan, he decided to buy the 400 missiles. Now I don't know how many of you knows why he is desperate to buy the 400 missiles. Anyone knows why this guy is desperate to buy the 400 missiles? Who knows? What for? Turkey is part of the NATO. Who's going to attack you? You are worried from who? And you have at least 3 American or 4 American bases. So why he need the 400 missiles? The 400 missiles is not to defend Turkey, it is to defend the Muslims Brotherhood. Erdogan is aware very much that another coup will happen sooner or later against him. Last time they used airplanes and almost they successful. So if you have the 400 missiles, which is the Russian, which is very advanced, he can take down any coup go against him. So look what happened. He bought from the Russian the 400, and all the soldiers who are trained to practice on them or to take over them, they are from the Muslim Brotherhood party, which means nobody can do a coup against Erdogan, and Erdogan will never leave the office. By the way, you will see, if Erdogan lost the coming election, he will take over it by military, because what he is doing, he is kicking everybody from the military, putting them in jail, and replacing them with his own party. And the 400 missiles have nothing to do with protecting Turkey. It's about protecting what he will do in the future. The coming election, Erdogan will lose, and he will refuse to leave. He will accuse them that they corrupt the election, the same as what happened in Istanbul. Look, it just now. This is not next year or next century. This is now. He lost Istanbul. He cannot believe it. This is where he's coming from. So he played all the game to make the election happen again, and they decide to make the election when it is a student vacation, which means all those who vote against Erdogan, the educated one, they will be in vacation where they cannot vote, because you have to vote in the city where you live. So if you are a student, you are registered in this city because you live there. So they cannot vote. Everybody is going vacation, summer vacation, and he is hoping because of that the election will change and he will get Istanbul back. So always there's things behind the scene and people don't see. This is why this guy is so desperate. He want to buy the 400. He don't want to buy the American Patriot, because Patriot are not made for airplanes. It's made for missiles. So the 400s, they can take airplanes and from far away. So all what he need, 50, 60 missiles of those, and he hire his his own troops of his choice, the one who he can trust them to control those missiles, nobody else. So if anyone try to do a coup against him, they will take them down. And look what happened to the Turkish now. Trump, he will put more sanctions, I hope soon, and then the Turkish lira is already in the dust. It's useless. This country is going bankruptcy. Prostitution is in the highest level ever in Turkey. People have no jobs. People cannot afford to pay for electricity, the food, the chicken in the morning. The price is let us say $10. Afternoon is $15. The price is going up and down because economy is very horrible. So Erdogan is leading Turkey into destruction. And actually, I believe that the best thing happened to Europe, it was Erdogan. You know, Erdogan, he's a Muslim Brotherhood. He want to establish Islamic Caliphate. He was working in agreement with Obama. That's why they love each other. And by the way, the Muslim Brotherhood, they are partners with the Iranian Shia, because maybe many people do not know that Iranian Shia, they are the one who funded the Muslim Brotherhood from the beginning. So Erdogan, he had a dream, and the Russian, they destroyed his dream. The Russian, they screwed up his dream. They screwed up the dream of Obama. They screwed up the dream of Erdogan to establish Islamic Caliphate, which is going to go all around the Middle East, going from Turkey. This is how, we explained that many times before. The plan of Erdogan was going to be from here. Let us zoom out. He will take over all of Turkey. Already he is controlling Turkey, and then the Muslim Brotherhood will take Syria, and then they will take Jordan. Already Jordan is like more than 75 to 80% are Muslim Brotherhood. And if you remember, the Muslim Brotherhood, they won the election in Egypt. So Egypt, and then they will continue in Libya, and this is why they killed Al-Qaddafi. This is the plan. So they will make Libya as a Muslim Brotherhood, and Tunisia already is a Muslim Brotherhood. So imagine this guy, he will have a state all the way North Africa, all the way to Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Jordan, Syria, and Turkey. The population will be extremely big, and the land will be huge, and that will make him announce himself as the caliphate. And the second target is to threat Israel, because Israel is a small tiny country surrounded by a huge caliphate state. That was the target. The Russian, they came, they screwed Erdogan dream, which was Obama dream, and they taught him how to behave. And now Syria, almost 90% of it is under the control of the Russian. Only this part here is not under the control of the Russian. Most of Syria now is under the control of the Russian, which is, thank God for that. And then what happened? The Saudi, they screwed Erdogan in different place, which is in Egypt. So Egypt, instead of being a Muslim Brotherhood country, after 1 year, the Muslim Brotherhood ruling the country, the Saudi, they were being successful to move a lot of force inside the country and to take Egypt out of the Muslim Brotherhood control. Same in Libya. Egypt and Saudi and Emirat, they sponsor Haftar in Libya. The Muslim Brotherhood, they control the government here. Until now, by the way, the Muslim government in Libya is a Muslim Brotherhood. But by the support of Saudi Arabia and Egypt and Emirat, they were able to push the forces of Haftar against the Muslim Brotherhood, and now they are here almost controlling the country. So the Muslim Brotherhood, they lost ground everywhere, which means the dream of the Muslim Brotherhood collapsed badly. And by the way, they were able almost to take over the Middle East. It was a satanic plan, actually, very satanic, because their plan was so big. And actually, because their plan is so big, they are very greedy. They start planning to take over Saudi Arabia, and this is why actually things switch upside down for them. When the Saudi discover that those people, they are planning to take over their kingdom, the Saudi Arabia announced Muslim Brotherhood to be a terrorist organization. Same as Emirat, they discover that Muslim Brotherhood, they are planning to take over. It's like a revolutionary guard thing. Imagine in Emirat, they have 7 ministers out of 11. They used to be Muslim Brotherhood. This is how much powerful they are in Emirat. They were before. Same in Saudi Arabia. Same in Kuwait. And Qatar already is Muslim Brotherhood control. The Prince of Qatar is a Muslim Brotherhood. So the plan was like this. All of this, we will make it Muslim Brotherhood. except Iraq for sure, because majority is Shia, and Syria, and Turkey is already Muslim Brotherhood. And then here we go, we have Egypt already under our control, the Muslim Brotherhood, they won the election. Then we take over Libya. Then Tunisia right now is under the control of the Muslim Brotherhood right now. So this was the plan, to establish a caliphate state under Erdogan. Erdogan was dreaming he will be the caliphate. But many things happen. Number one, the Russian coming into the fight in Syria. That cut the rope through the rest. And then the other one, the Saudi, they kicked out the Muslim Brotherhood. Then the Emirati. And then because of the money of the Saudi and the Emirati, they start sponsoring other groups in Egypt. So they got rid of the Muslim Brotherhood. And here they sponsor anyone is against the Muslim Brotherhood. And then the Muslim Brotherhood, they shrink until now they are here only. And Haftar now is attacking them. And soon maybe he will take the city. So from controlling many countries, one time, one shot, to now controlling only Qatar and Turkey and the small, tiny Tunisia. All right. No, Al-Banna, no, the Banna, he was not in Saudi Arabia. He used to go to Hajj. That's not true. That's not true. No, actually, the Banna is different from Al-Wahhabiyya. It's far from Al-Wahhabiyya. You do not know what are you talking about. The Banna, actually, when he was in Mecca, the Wahhabiyya are anti-Shia. They never been friendly to the Shia. Al-Banna is different. This is why the Shia, they sponsor Muslim Brotherhood. When Al-Banna was in Mecca, there was a fight between the Shia during the Hajj, the Shia and the Sunni, as usual, because this has happened all the time. So Al-Banna, when he was there, people, they call him, he says, hey Hassan, there is a fight in the Haram, which means in the Kaaba area, between Shia and Sunni, go and say something. So he went there, he stood up, and he is very good in making speeches. So he started shouting at the Sunni. He said, listen, I am a Sunni like you. What is the problem with the Shia? The Shia, they love the family of the Prophet. Don't we love the family of the Prophet? Don't you love the family of the Prophet? So he is a very, he's a very political. By making that speech, the Shia, his name became very well known between the Shia. So the Shia, they contacted him, and they bought the first center for the Muslim Brotherhood in Cairo. So this is how, it's not because he's Wahhabi, that's not true. Actually, if he's Wahhabi, he will be joining, attacking the Shia. And this is why the first visit for Morsi, the first ever president of Egypt, was to Iran to say thank you, because of them, he became a president. You know, apparently, the Muslim Brotherhood are Sunni. But behind the scene, the Shia are in control. Did you ask yourself why Iran support Hamas? Because Hamas is a Muslim Brotherhood. Number one supporters to Hamas is Iran. As simple as that. All right. Anyway, people, they have a short knowledge, and in order to get the whole image, you don't read one page of the book. Hillary not a Muslim Brotherhood. Come on, where are you from, Mr. Fox? Seriously, you're weird. Hillary, she is just a foreign minister. She is doing the plan of Obama. Obama is the Muslim Brotherhood, not Hillary. I mean, come on. Even we made Hillary for. What about we make 2 minutes from now? You will make the Pope a Muslim Brotherhood. I mean, you are going so far, my friend. Hillary, she worked for Obama. She is a foreign minister. She do what the president say, and the plan is, as we said, they want to make the Muslim Brotherhood take over Libya. But it's not Hillary, Muslim Brotherhood. What's wrong with you? I mean, too much. Did you drink something? I mean, come on, say something is acceptable. Yeah, but the plan is to make. This is why Hillary, when she met with anyone in Libya, she met only one person, which was the head of the Muslim Brotherhood. But this is not the plan of Hillary. This is the plan of Obama. You see, When you are a foreign minister, you don't have a plan. You're a president who tell you what to do. You're just an officer in his cabinet. All right. So don't go with your fancy words. We were talking about Muhammad, what about will happen? I believe Trump, he will not do anything now. He will wait for maybe 15-20 days more, and then they will send him another drone. When the Americans are ready, because Trump, I think, he will not make it look like he is seeking war. So he will show the American that he is very patient, he's very nice, he's very kind, he's very peaceful. He is the angel Jibreel, you know? So in order to show that, then you have to hold your horses and not to take action immediately, otherwise you will appear like you are waiting for it. So look what happened now. Trump today, he says, I think it's an error. He knew it's not, but he's playing smart, because he want to show the American, the Democrats specifically, you see, I don't want to go for war. Here we go, look what they did. Still I did not go for war. But then after a few days, maybe 2 weeks, American now preparing themselves for a big attack. They will send another toy here, the same exact location where it is shot. And actually, I will not be surprised if this time they will send another toy drone inside the territory for real, which means inside Iran. And then the Iranian, they will shoot it like close to the water where it's belong to Iran. So the Iranian will shoot it, and then Trump, he will say, I'm coming. So it's about playing smart, not to jump into making decision without preparing yourself. Obviously the Americans are not ready to attack right now. That's what I believe, because it's not just bombing them. I mean, they will respond. And the American, they have troops here, they have troops here, so Iranian, they can respond to them. American are not far. If there is no troops in these areas, American, they can respond immediately, because Iranian, they cannot hit back. But because you have troops there, you have to be careful. Prepare yourself for what's coming. Sending more weapon, more technology. I mean, there's many things need to prepare for it, because you never know. Maybe a war will happen for real. It's not going to be just a hit. But I believe that Trump, if he hit, he is going to hit fast, sharp, and harmfully, which means like he will not hit a balloon to say I can hit a balloon. He will hit somewhere where it's really to show the Iranian that you are no match. All right. Will they destroy Iran in Pakistan oil resource? What do you mean Pakistan oil? I never heard of Pakistan or oil. Oh, but you mean Pakistan oil source? Well, I don't think Pakistan can buy any oil from Iran. They don't dare. You see that the thing is, the American, they have a drone all over the world, even your country, even Indonesia. They record every single phone call in this world. I'm not exaggerating. So if Pakistan want to take oil from Iran, they cannot hide that from America. That's not a game to play, and Pakistan is not going to play this game. What is Habibi and Salafi? I'm confused. What Wahhabi? Wahhabi is not a sect. Wahhabi is the Muslim Sunni, but there is a guy, his name is Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab. He said we need to go back to the style of the Prophet, the lifestyle of the Prophet, and he sponsored the king of Saudi Arabia from the beginning, which means the royal family, which exists now, the first king of them, the founder of the kingdom today, by the help of the UK intelligence. They made him a king. So the king, or the one who want to be a king, he knew how important this guy. So he used religion in order to control. And Wahhabi is nothing but Sunni, which is very orthodox, let us say. We will do things as Muhammad was, as simple as that. It's not a sect, it's not something new. All right. No, Wahhabi is not extreme Muslim. That's not true. That's not true. There's nothing is called extreme Muslim. You see, there's sometimes people, they give definition, they don't even think about it. Let me ask you, what is extreme Muslim? What is extreme Christian? What is extreme Christian? There is no extreme Christian. Either a Christian or not. So Muslim who follow Muhammad is a Muslim. A Muslim who don't follow Muhammad is not a Muslim. As simple as that. So Wahhabi, they follow Muhammad step by step. They are not extreme. The statement of extreme is when you say something taking things out of what it is, making it extreme. But this is how Islam is. So when in Saudi Arabia they cut hands, is that extreme? No, this is what Muhammad did. The Quran says that. When they stone people, is that extreme? No, this is what Islam is about. So don't use words which is far away from the truth. No, there's nothing. It's called radical. This is not. You see those radical, extreme. They are really false statement. They are not correct. There's nothing. It's called radical. What radical? Was Muhammad the extreme Muslim? Was Jesus extreme Christian? Was Jesus radical Christian? I mean, we I don't know. You see, English is not my first language, but sometimes I find that we are using words we don't even think about it. We just throw it in the text. You know what I mean? With my respect to everybody, I know I don't want to make fun of anyone, but don't just throw words like this. Just think about it. Was Jesus an extreme Christian? No, he was not. He was just Jesus. This is who he is. Was Paul extreme Christian? Was no, he's not. This is how to be Christian. So if somebody he follow Muhammad as Muhammad was, he is not an extreme Muslim. He is just a Muslim. If someone don't follow Muhammad, that means he isn't a Muslim. You see, most of the Muslims in the Islamic world, they call themselves Muslim, but the fact none of them is a Muslim. Muhammad, he says the music is haram, and the one who do play with it, Allah will send him to hell. Go and find me how many Muslims and Muslimas they have ringtone which is every dancing. Once I was in the airplane, a Muslim is sitting in the other side of the airplane. Her before we go, her phone rang, and the song was "Eat Me" in English. I mean, have you ever heard of a song? It's called "Eat Me." She's a Muslimah. She's wearing hijab. You know, so not only she is playing the music, the ringtone is "Eat Me." I don't know how he's going to eat her. So they call themselves Muslim, they wear hijab, but they don't do anything is Islamic. Same as many false Christians too. They call themselves Christians, but they are far away from Christianity. Yeah, this is a song which is kind of Egyptian, but in English. Egyptian. You can tell from the accent. Let us see what people are asking. Well, the Quran have verses about what is called lahwul kalam. Lahwul kalam, which mean anything, it's for fun. Anything is for fun is considered to be haram. And Muhammad, he said in the hadith clearly that the one who play like he play with an instrument, Allah will bring him in the judgment day, and he will punish him severely for that. If you go in the Quran, it says in chapter 31, verse number 6, and of the mankind who purchase the idle talk, i.e. music, singing, blah 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 blah, those those they will be sent to hellfire. Do you see it? Now name for me one Muslim he don't listen to music, one Muslim she don't do belly dancing, one Muslim she don't put 10,000 kilograms of makeup over her, you know. I mean, if you go in the Middle East, you will not see the face of the women. You see, like they don't need to wear a burqa because she have already like 1 inch of makeup. So makeup is haram, taking hair from your face is haram, music is haram, singing is haram, dancing is haram, but they do all of those things. And the Quran is so clear, if you do that you go to hell. Right? Yeah, if you wear a perfume and you walk in the street, you are a whore. That's what Muhammad said. Anyway, like we are going out of our topic, but it's very interesting how people they analyze information and how they think about what's happening and how they observe the news. Share the link for the verse. Okay, no problem. Here we go. And there's many hadiths to support that. This is not only in the Quran, you know. Muhammad, he don't want people to be happy. The only happiness for you is to praise Allah and to worship Muhammad. And the Muslim, they say, we don't worship Muhammad. Don't lie, he is just a servant of Allah. But the fact they worship Muhammad, to the point Muhammad, he says, the one who obeyed the Prophet, he obey Allah. Obeying the Prophet is obeying Allah. If you go in the Quran, all those verses speaking about obeying Allah, but as obeying Muhammad. So Muhammad, he is Allah, to the point if you obey the Prophet, you obey Allah himself. He who obeys the messenger has indeed obeyed Allah. But how that can be possible? If Muhammad is not a perfect man, which means he is not God, how we have to obey Muhammad always? What if he was wrong? For he is God. He is the real God in Islam. Allah is just a puppet. Muhammad, he used him when he need to get to, you know, he used him to get the authority, as you see. So by saying this statement, Muhammad, he became God. It's like now Trump, he says the one who obey Trump, he obey God. Who told you that? Jibril. Okay, who in America now dare to say to him, you are wrong? You know what I mean? Otherwise, this statement is absolutely false, because even the Quran says Muhammad is a sinner. So how a guy is a sinner, he says the one who obeyed the Prophet who is a sinner, how the hadith says Muhammad was bewitched, how we can obey somebody is bewitched? The one is bewitched, that means he's controlled by the devil, right? Anyway, let us see after 15 days from now, based on what we said, who think that what I said is close to be accurate as the way I analyze things. Do you think Trump, he will wait for some time until just USA Army and, you know, and the public is ready for an attack? I believe this is what will happen. Trump, he just will make it look like he is not rushing into war. He will not attack immediately. He will try to show that he is really trying to step away from war. It's just a game. At the same time, he is just buying time to deploy more high-tech weapon to the neighboring area like Saudi Arabia, etc., so he can be ready for an attack, because the attack, you never know what is going to come out of it. It might be really a burst of a war. So he is just buying time, I believe. And then after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when the American army is ready, Trump, he will send another toy, another drone, to the same area where the Iranians shot it before, as a trap, as a bait, and they will shoot it again, and then Trump, he will spank them. So let us see what will happen. Malaysian, they claim that Muta is giving money to divorce wife. That's stupid. When somebody says to you that, Ms. Amo, ask him, okay, show me the reference. Get him busted. Show me the reference. Every Muslim woman, she got divorced, she got paid, because it's Islam doesn't have marriage, it's a contract of sex, so you have to pay them their wages. But Muta is different story. Muta is for preset contract for pre-date, pre-timing, and pre-acknowledgement, which means the women, she agree it's temporarily, the man, he agree is temporarily. They have to agree how much the amount, both of them, and they have to agree when it's going to start. As an example, I will start having sex with you an hour from now for 2 hours. So the time of the agreement may be happen now, but not still the muta marriage agreement is not started yet. It's an hour from now, which means you can delay it. Imagine. Like you can pay a woman, say, I want to sleep with you from Saturday to Monday, and today is let us say Tuesday. So it's like there's 5 days to wait, or 4 days. He can do that. So the muta is about acknowledging how much, the date, the time, when it's going to start, when it's going to end, all right, and how much money she would make. Hey Jens, how are you? Good afternoon from Jakarta. Thank you, my friend. Welcome. I really love and appreciate people, especially people from Indonesia, because I know how it is to be a Christian in a major country of population of Muslims. They will discriminate you, they will try to humiliate you, but my friend, we are victorious. Islam is a very stupid cult, and it's very easy to demolish. Just educate yourself, and you will see how it is. All right. Yeah, the Sunnah, they have the same as Muta. They still practice Muta, but they have a different name. And actually, if you want to learn more about those stuff, other marriages Muslim they do, you can go and get my last book, which is 2 volume. It's called Sex and Allah. And actually, Sex and Allah right now is #1 seller, at least in my list, not in Amazon. And I think the one who is buying it mostly are Muslims. Obviously, more and more people, they love the book. It's a treasure of information, because I'm speaking not only about Muslims. I start speaking in the beginning, value #1, about how the Arab, what kind of marriages they have, sexual relationship, which is, when you read it, you will be astonished about how it used to be, because it's hard to believe, and then how it transformed into something else after Islam. So Arab before Islam, they were more tolerance. As an example, even the Muslim, they say around the Kaaba there was 360 idol. But you see, the Arab are not killing each other in Mecca. Everybody worshiping his idol, no problem. Since Muhammad came, hate started. Sexuality before Islam was very open, and I explain in my books how open it was. In all cases, they have different names, different let us say kind of marriages. They call them marriages, but this is how it is. And then the Muslims, they supposedly change, and they supposedly now they are following God, etc. But they still practice the same, but they give them different names. So now, like the Sunni, they say we don't do muta, but the Sunni, they have many marriages, like a travel marriage, friend marriage, easy marriage. I mean, it's a muta. Like you want to go, you live in New York, you want to go to Los Angeles, and you don't want to take your wife with you. Your wife is like a laptop. So what do? You make an agreement with the women to sleep with you for the days you want to stay in Los Angeles. They call it a travel marriage. Student marriage. You are a student who want to go study in Sarajevo. So what do? You cannot take a sleep around. Haram, brother, haram. So you hire a girl to marry you, and you tell her, okay, I'm a student. I'm here for 2 months. I need a woman in my bed, so I don't commit shirk, commit haram. So you pay her, and she sleep with you. It's muta. but they give it different. So the Sunni, they do mut'a, but they just give it different names. You know, it's like an escort. Yeah, like, you know, you need a company. So you have 4 wives, but all of them, they are heavy. You cannot put them in the airplane to bring them. So what do? You know, you get one in the country you are going to. All right. And there is urfi, which is like hiding, you know, like somebody else saying urfi, like a traditional, which is like you don't announce it, you know, between you and her. You know, you say, "I marry you." Yeah, Muhammad, he did that. Muhammad, he went to Zainab. He told her, "Take off your panty." She said, "We did not get married yet. Where's the witnesses?" He said, "Allah and Jibreel." So if you want to sleep with the women and you are a Muslim, do what Muhammad did. She said to you, "Shouldn't we get married first?" Said, "Where is your witnesses?" Say, "Allah and Jibreel are with my witnesses." Oh boy. Anyway, uh, so we are done with this for today. Actually, I wanted to share this with you, and later we will go live on air. I don't know if I will be able to go early morning, so I think I will change it to afternoon because I wasn't planning to come live on air now, you know. And Fadi, what Fadi is asking me? What he's asking me? I don't see anything from Fadi. What Fadi? I don't even see Fadi in the text. Where is Fadi? I don't know. As before, I had a feeling that Fadi is leaving Islam. Do you recommend any YouTube channel or pastor to understand the Bible better? Well, you can go, you know, you can go to watch the videos channels of, but I think Sam Shamoun don't have really too much videos on YouTube, maybe in Facebook. But be careful with Sam Shamoun. He don't have too much patience. He get upset very fast. You know, but he's a good guy. You can listen to him. He's good in teaching the Bible. All right. And I don't know if somebody can recommend some good channels. I'm not really, because I don't listen to any really. You know, I don't. For me, I don't listen to anyone to teach me the Bible. I just go to the book and read the book. All right. You know, the beautiful about the Bible is that it's speak to you, and you don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be a PhD person. It's made for the poor, simple people, not for the very well educated. This is why you see Jesus speak in parable to all people. So the Messiah, he made it very easy. In the same time, it's very high. So it's simple, but it's very high. So when you read the Messiah words, you are a farmer, they're saying, you don't have even high school. Still, you will enjoy it. You will see how much spiritual he is, and how much wise he is, and how much simple. And that is really impossible to do, to be all of those together, like to be very deep, but yet very simple. You know, so like it's really amazing. You know, this is not the Quran where you need tafsir, etc. You know, for sure, like you know, you can read some books to explain to you maybe some places where it's hard for you to understand, as an example, because you don't have the background to understand the Jewish heritage. You know, to make it simple, like, you know, in the Middle East, when we make a joke, everybody laugh unless you're a foreigner. Anyone knows why? If you are a foreigner, you will not understand the joke, because most of it is based in background of things or language we know. A foreigner, he don't understand. He don't have that background, so he will not laugh because he didn't see what is a joke. Like what you said, why you are laughing? You know what I mean? So if you speak to somebody as an Egyptian and he make a joke, you will find that only Egyptian are laughing. The rest are not really understand what he's talking about, because it have to do with the language and the history and their heritage. So there is some places where, because you don't have the background, maybe you need some explanation. But generally speaking, It's very easy to understand the Bible. I don't know. Your name is giving me the answer. Your name is I don't know, and you are asking me. So I say I don't know. No, I don't think, see those media, when they link news, it doesn't mean it's true. Don't take your confirmed news, I mean reality, from a news. News, they make things just for excitement, so more people will click and watch. You know what I mean? Trump, he was going to hit Iran with nukes, and in the last moment he decided to take a cold shower. You're right. That's not, that's stupid. First of all, if he decide to shoot, I mean, how news agencies will know that? This is top secret. Nobody in the world will know. Even the Congress will not know. So when a guy in a Fox News or etc. news, he says such a garbage, this is just for the consumers, for the worms who like to chew in their, to put something in their mouth. Don't be a worm. Are you getting my point? Do you think Trump, he will call CNN and say, I'm going to shoot? How they knew? This is impossible. Those decisions are made behind doors. Even the army, which is going to hit, they don't know. Imagine. They tell them, prepare, we are going to do something, maybe soon, maybe later, but nobody will know. Those things nobody knows. So a guy in a TV station, he says he was going to hit, and the last moment he changed his mind. Yeah, true. So, sometimes you read in the news things which is very funny. I mean, where they get the news from, nobody knows. And always there is no source. So you can open your TV stations too. You can say whatever you want. People get excited, they subscribe. Uh, like if you notice, if you go right now and search on YouTube about the most successful channels, anyone knows which ones? Forget about clothes and fashion and stupid things. The most successful ones are I saw a dream or a prophecy. Put the word title prophecy in the title, you will see how many people watch your video. People, they have obsession, like just to bring something strange or something scary or something mysterious. People love mystery. Like now, if I make a video says I saw in my backyard the Bigfoot guy, you can imagine how many people they will take it, post it all over Bigfoot. Bigfoot, yeah. All right, or say UFO. So always in news, there's people who they are smart, but they are evil, which means they create false lies in order to get your attention for their own target business, maybe to make money, advertising, etc. So they fabricate news in order to get you there. And you, as a naive person, you believe everybody. You believe everybody. You are just a person who click. The same as buying things. Joseph, we don't want to change our topic. Our topic here is not about Catholic. James White, he is not my friend. Everybody know that. I made many videos against this guy. So don't ask me, go ask him. Here we don't allow anyone to attack anyone. We are all Christian brothers and sisters. Everyone, he will be taken accountable for his stupid words. So you want to ask, why are you coming to ask me? Somebody told you my name is James White? I mean, I made more than 20 videos against him. I humiliated him. I made him shish kebab hummus. And just 2 days ago, when I was live on air, Sam Shamoun told me that James White, he say hello to you. You remember, guys? Did he say that? He says, James White, he says hello to you. Did I say hello back? No. Right? Say hello to you. Yeah, right. You have a question. What if I don't have an answer? Let me ask Jibril. No, he is not a Muslim, but he is an idiot. There's many idiots. You see, it's very easy to make division in between the Christians if the Christians are not really Christians. When you are not following Jesus, it's very easy to be deceived and to be divided by the devil. Christ, he bring unity to our heart, love and unity, which means anyone who believe in Christ. I mean, this guy, okay, I'm not a Catholic, all everybody knows. I don't believe really in any church name. I don't care for churches names. So you are a Catholic, he's a Protestant, he is an Orthodox. Okay, what you believe? Christ is my Lord, okay. And you, Christ my Lord, okay. And you, Christ my Lord, okay. Do you believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit? Yes. Do you believe that he crucified for us? Yes. Do you believe he was resurrected? Yes. Okay. So what we are fighting over? What? What is that? You will see that they try to fabricate division in order to divide us. So be aware of false teachers and be aware of dividers. Dividers don't work for Jesus. Doesn't matter if they are from the Catholic or Protestant or Orthodox. Anyone who divide, he work for the devil. Anyone who unite, he work for Jesus. Because of Christ, he says it clearly, there's one church. He did not come to establish churches. There's one church for all of us, and there's one Lord. And the apostles are all our apostles, all of us. They are not apostles for the Catholic, not for the Protestant, not for the Orthodox. Nobody can own them. They are not for sale. So anyone who try to divide you, my friend, stay away from him. It doesn't matter who he is, because obviously he is not speaking with the spirit of the Holy Spirit, with the Holy Spirit, or he's not speaking by the tongue of the Messiah. All right? Imagine you have a family and you have, let us say, 12 kids, and then there's a person, he come inside the house and he starts saying, this kid, you know, this your brother is not good, you know, you should, you know, he's going to go to hell, he is bad. He's your brother, you will love him. Let us say, for the sake of argument, he's bad. This person is not a good person who is saying to you that you should hate your brother, because even if your brother is bad, doing bad, still you love him and you help him, not to curse him and cast him out. Right? And always Muslims, they get advantage or benefit of us being divided. That's why the Muslim, by the way, don't like what I do, because they come here and start talking about Catholic, I get them busted. Protestant, I get them busted, because they cannot get it through. You know what I mean? They need to find a weakness. How we can get into this guy? Okay, he don't like division, so we can't play the game of division. All the Christians, they support him, Protestant, Catholic, Orthodox. So how we can make him weak? I'm not strong because of a Catholic or Protestant or Orthodox. I'm strong because I take the side of my Lord. So anyone who believes in him is my brother and sister. As simple as that. Priest, they divide us. Christ, he unite us. Priests always in history, they were doing business. For sure, not everybody. I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying many of them. They are doing business. Salary, good life, people respect them. Even you pay them for a funeral, you pay them for a marriage, you pay them even for whatever, you know. But this is not what the priests are for. The teachers, the Christians, the real Christians, they serve for free. And these days, if you want to go to a funeral, they have to get paid. Even in your death, you have to pay them. They are the same as the Muslim sheikh. So a real servant of the Lord, like, okay, they need to make living. Okay, people, they can give donation, but there's some, they ask you in the front, how much you want to pay me. It's not like, okay, I would do whatever and then you donate, because those people still, they need to make living. They are human, they need to eat, they need to they have houses, they have to spend, you know. So yes, we have to support them, but there's some, it's a money business. There's a guy, his name is what's his name? I forgot. His last name is Dollar. Imagine his last name is Dollar. So he told his church, that he's the same as Muhammad Rasulullah. Muhammad, he says, the fifth from every attack is to my pocket, the best of the booty to my pocket. So this guy, he told them, I saw a dream that I will buy an airplane. I don't know, like 1 million, 50 million. I'm not sure what the price of the airplane. So the guy, he he told the church that they should donate for him because he saw a dream he should buy an airplane, and he is serving God. Like, you cannot serve a God without airplane. This is the only way to serve God. Look, he don't want a fancy car no more. Now this guy is getting high in business. He is asking for airplanes. Yeah, so always those who ask you in return for your service, they are false. When I was a kid, there was a missionary. He come to our house, and I always make fun of him because his shoe have a hole in it. Have holes, actually, not only one hole. He have a bicycle which is from the cave time century, rusty, looks to the point if you leave it outside, nobody will steal it. Imagine, even in the Middle East, nobody will steal it. I make fun of him. Honestly, I was a kid. I don't know. I mean, I'm just a kid. I go. This guy, he come to our house. He take off his shoes. His socks have holes. His toes is coming out, and I'm a kid. are more rich than the Jews. The reason there's many people they love to attack the Jews, because simply the Jews are easy target. They are soft. They are a small population. You know, like look what this guy said. There's four huge banks owned by Muslims. Nobody speak about them. And the Jews, let us focus in the Jews. The Jews are the reason for all bad things. The Jews are evil. Let us blame the Jews. This is something, by the way, they inherited from the Muslims. Since the Muslims they went to Europe, many of the European they start or they learned that we should play the Jews for everything. But the Jews are not the only one is rich in the world. We Christian are more rich, a lot more rich than the Jews, and the Muslims are a lot more rich than the Jews. But we have to blame the Jews. So now look, they made the war with Iran is about establishing a bank in Iran. Yeah, right. Fantasy. As I told you, just make a conspiracy theory and post it in YouTube. People will love it, and you will make a video about it. Here we go. Actually, YouTube recommended a video for me about a guy saying, take your money from the bank because the war with Iran will start. What does this have to do with the money of the bank, you idiot? America have a war every few years, and Iran is nothing compared to America. Why you want to take your money from the bank? But you know, stupidity. Stupidity, by the way, make you more popular. No, my friend, the demonic control is in your head. The demonic control is in your head. Why is Bill Gates is a Jew? Is he a Jew? Is the owner of Apple is a Jew? Is the owner of Beyond is Jew? Is the owner of Lockheed is a Jew? Everybody is a Jew for you. Is it Trump is a Jew? Well, tomorrow he will become a Jew. Just wait. The king of Saudi is a Jew. The prince of Qatar is a Jew. Yeah. And I will not be surprised if you say I'm a Jew too. Yeah. How do you think they will all work as one unit? What one unit? So why the sanctions in China and the sanctions in Russia and the sanctions in Korea and the sanctions in everybody? I mean, this is half of the earth. Russia and China alone is half of the population of the earth. I thought the Jews controlling everything. You know, you are the same as Muhammad. Let us blame the Jews. Look what Muhammad he said. Let me show you. Muhammad is exactly a copy of people like you. Muhammad he said, if not Eve, no woman betray her husband, and if no Jews, no meat will decay. You see it? Which means even the food is damaged because of the Jews. Yeah, the media affiliate. My friend, you are not welcome in this chat. I don't like this kind of talk, and I will give you time out, but this kind of talk is not welcome here. This is stupid. And by the way, if the Jews are controlling you, good for them. That means you are stupid. What's wrong with you? Let us say, for the sake of argument, this is true. I mean, who is stupid here? That means you are stupid. The Jews, brother, controlling us. The Jews, you know. So we are the major population of the world, and the Jews controlling us. Why? That means you are stupid. That means you are a certified donkey. That means literally that you are a camel, but with the face of a donkey. You are huge with the wrong head. The Jews, brother, control us, the Jews. Let us cry. Okay. So why you are coming here? Are you going to hit your face now? Do something. Get rich. Get rich like them. Good for them. Look at this guy. CP is an Assyrian. I'm going to put out anyone who says stupid things about me. Here we go. I became Assyrian suddenly now. Assyrian. Unbelievable. Thank God. I don't live between those people. I mean, those people, they are going to drive me crazy. Look what we are talking about, and the guy, he says this guy is a CP, is a Syrian. That's it. He knows who I am. I mean, come on, this guy, he knows. He know even my name. The other guy is saying Syrian. Look like we are going. Anyone who says start talking stupid, I'm going to put you out. One after one. I don't care who you are. Who's next? Who want to say Iraqi? To ban you. Who want to say Jordanian? To ban you. Who want to say Saudi? To ban you. What's wrong with people? Jews. You see, one of the things I don't like about people when they try and they start complaining. My neighbor is a Jew. He's very rich. Why is he very rich? And good for him. Get rich, you. This Jew, maybe he don't even buy food. He get rich. Get rich. Who's holding you? So always when a minority are successful, majority they get jealous because how the minority are successful. This is the mentality of a human being, and because they are easy target, they are little by number, so we can attack them and nobody will complain. You know what I mean? Because they are Jews and little, and they cannot harm us. They are not violent, so we can say that they just attack the Jews. But who dare to speak against Muslims, as example? Qatar is buying every sport team in Europe, airports, hotels, theaters, even parking lots are owned by Qatar. Nobody complain. But if it's the Jews, then we have to go crazy, right? Yeah, I am Indonesian. Yeah, this is true. Actually, I wish I'm Indonesian. At least I will not have that hair all over. When I go to swim, people look at me like where this guy is coming from, and I'm afraid that the atheist will take a picture of me to prove that the origin of a human being is a monkey or gorilla. Asian, they are lucky; they don't have too much hair in their body. Unbelievable. Yeah. So anyone you see, this is not even a Christian behavior to attack the Jews. You see, I can speak about, like, as an example, somebody will use a verse from the Bible. It says the synagogue of the devil. The synagogue of the devil, by the way, is any synagogue, any church, any temple is not following God. This is not about the Jews only. The word there is synagogue because the one who speak, all those are the apostles, they are Jews. All the apostles of Christ are Jews. So if you are a Christian and you start hating the Jews, that means you have to hate Paul, you have to hate Peter, you have to hate everybody. What about we hate Mary too? Well, we should hate Moses. Christ, he did not come to make us hate the Jews. And if there is somebody is a Jew, he's bad or good, that will not make the Jews bad. How many gang who wear a cross and they sell drugs? How many prostitute they claim to be Christians? What's wrong with people? A human being is really a disgusting creature. He loved division. He loved to spread hatred, racism. This is all is a root of racism. So now this guy, he come to the chat and he wants you to make, what is the target of this conversation? We should go against the Jews. No, we should not. If somebody do something bad to you, okay, go after the one who did bad to you. But if he is rich, good for him. You don't like their Visa card? Don't have their Visa card. Why you have a Visa card? The Jews control us. Don't use their card. They get rich by when you use their card. They get rich. So they complain, they cry, they get stupid. It's a sign of stupidity. It's a clear sign of stupidity. You know. What if you are born of a Jewish family and you are rich? Then he will not blame the Jews. He will be so excited to be a Jew, rich Jew. When you are desperate and you are unsuccessful, then you have to look for reasoning for why you are not successful, somebody to blame, and always we look at the easy target. Is that correct? Yeah, actually, the Jews in America is against Israel. CNN is anti-Jewish station. They don't even talk about the Holocaust. They don't even support the idea. What are you talking about? Most of the Jews in the world, they are not even Jews. They are Jewish by name. There's nothing about them as a Jew. Heritage. Anyway, now there is evil people who try to use their money to control countries. That's true. Okay, fight them. Don't let them control your country. And if they were able to control your country,